I'm 78 years old. I live in a small apartment with a view of the park. My husband passed away 6 years ago, and my daughter visits every Sunday. I'm not a health expert. I'm not a fitness instructor. But I've learned a few things about taking care of myself at this age. Not from books or doctors, though they've helped, mostly from paying attention to what works and what doesn't. I see people my age who seem to be thriving. They're not without their aches and pains, but there's a steadiness about them, a resilience, and then I see others who seem to be fading, even though we're the same age. For a long time, I wondered what made the difference. It wasn't money. It wasn't luck. It was something simpler, something that happens every single day in small moments most people don't even think about. Today, I want to share 5 daily routines that, if you do them consistently, can make a real difference in how you age after 75. These aren't complicated. They don't require special equipment or a lot of time. But they matter. They matter more than I ever realized when I was younger. Let me start by saying something important. After 75, your body works differently than it did at 50 or 60. It needs different things. More consistency, more gentleness, more intention. What used to happen automatically now requires attention, and that's not a failure. That's just reality. But here's the good news. When you give your body and mind what they need, they respond. Not like they did when you were 40, but they still respond, and that response is the difference between aging with dignity and aging with decline. The first routine is drinking water first thing in the morning. I know this sounds almost too simple to matter, but stay with me. When you wake up in the morning, you've gone 7 or 8 hours without any fluids. Your body is dehydrated. Your blood is thicker. Your organs are working harder than they should be. For years, I used to wake up and go straight to making coffee. I'd drink my coffee, get dressed, start my day, and I'd feel foggy for the first hour or two, sluggish, like my brain hadn't quite woken up yet. Then about 3 years ago, my doctor mentioned something. She said, "Before you have your coffee, drink a full glass of water, just plain water. See if it makes a difference." I thought it was too simple to work, but I tried it, and within a week I noticed something. My mornings felt clearer. I had more energy. Even my digestion improved, though I hadn't realized there was a problem until it got better. Research suggests that mild dehydration, even just 1 or 2%, can affect cognitive function, mood, and physical performance. And older adults are more prone to dehydration because our sense of thirst weakens as we age. We don't always feel thirsty even when our body needs water. So now, every morning, before anything else, I drink a full glass of water. I keep it on my nightstand so it's right there when I wake up. Room temperature, not cold, just plain water. It takes 2 minutes, but those 2 minutes set the tone for my entire day. If you're not doing this yet, try it, just for 1 week. Notice how you feel. Notice if your energy is better, if your thinking is clearer, if your body feels more awake. You might be surprised. The second routine is moving your body for at least 20 minutes. Now, I'm not talking about exercise in the way you might think. I'm not running or going to a gym. What I'm talking about is intentional movement. Walking, stretching, gentle exercises that keep your joints mobile and your muscles engaged. I walk every morning, same route through the park. It's about a mile, maybe a little more. Some days it feels easy. Some days my knees hurt and I have to go slower. But I go. Every single day unless the weather is truly dangerous. This routine started by accident. After my husband died, I needed something to do in the mornings. The house felt too quiet. So I started walking. At first, it was just to get out, to be around other people, even if I didn't talk to them. But over time, I realized it was doing something more important. It was keeping me functional. Many specialists believe that daily movement, even gentle movement, is one of the most important things older adults can do for their health. It maintains muscle mass, keeps joints flexible, supports balance, and improves mood. But the key word is daily. Consistency matters more than intensity. I have a friend, Margaret, who's 81. She doesn't walk. She says her knees are too bad. And maybe they are. But she doesn't do anything else either. No stretching, no chair exercises, nothing. And I've watched her decline over the past 3 years. She's more unsteady now. She's less confident. She's afraid of falling, so she moves even less, which makes falling more likely. That's the cycle I was determined not to fall into. So I move every day, even when I don't feel like it, especially when I don't feel like it. If walking doesn't work for you, find something else. Stretch in your living room. Do chair exercises. Move your arms, your legs, your spine. Just move. Your body needs it. Not once in a while. Daily. The third routine is eating a real breakfast within an hour of waking up. I grew up in a time when breakfast was just expected. You didn't question it. But somewhere along the way, I got out of the habit. I'd have coffee, maybe a piece of toast later in the morning, nothing substantial. And I noticed something. By midday, I'd feel weak, shaky. My energy would crash. I'd eat lunch, but I never quite recovered. The whole day felt harder than it should. My daughter finally said something. She said, "Mom, you need to eat breakfast, real food, not just coffee." And she was right. Now I eat breakfast every morning. Nothing fancy. Oatmeal with fruit, eggs and toast, yogurt with nuts. But it's real food, protein, fiber, something that fuels my body for the day ahead. Often linked to better health outcomes in older adults is eating regular meals, particularly breakfast. It stabilizes blood sugar, supports energy levels, and helps maintain muscle mass, which naturally declines with age. Skipping breakfast, especially after 75, can lead to fatigue, difficulty concentrating, and increased risk of falls. I know some people say they're not hungry in the morning. I understand that. I wasn't either at first. But our bodies need fuel, whether we feel hungry or not, and if you start the day without it, you're asking your body to run on empty. And at our age, we can't afford to do that. So I eat breakfast. Every day, within an hour of waking up, and my days are better for it. I have more energy, I'm steadier on my feet, I can think more clearly, all from something as simple as eating a real meal in the morning. The fourth routine is doing something with your hands. This one might seem odd, but I've come to believe it's one of the most important routines I have. Every day, I do something that requires fine motor control. Knitting, writing letters, working on a puzzle, folding laundry carefully, something that makes my hands and my brain work together. I started knitting again about 5 years ago. I'd knitted when my children were young, but I'd stopped decades ago. When I picked it up again, my hands were stiff. I dropped stitches, I got frustrated, but I kept at it. And slowly, my hands remembered. They became more nimble, more coordinated. But it's not just about my hands, it's about my brain. When I'm knitting, I'm counting stitches, following patterns, making decisions. My brain is engaged in a way it isn't when I'm just watching television or sitting idle. Research suggests that activities requiring fine motor skills help maintain cognitive function and hand-eye coordination in older adults. The connection between hand dexterity and brain health is significant. When your hands stop working well, your independence suffers. You can't open jars, button shirts, manage medications, small things that add up to everything. I have another friend, Dorothy. She's 76. She stopped doing anything with her hands years ago, said her arthritis was too bad, and yes, her arthritis is real, but by not using her hands, they've gotten worse, not better. Now she struggles with basic tasks, things that would be manageable if she'd kept her hands active. So I knit every day, sometimes for 10 minutes, sometimes for an hour. It doesn't matter how long. What matters is that I'm keeping that connection between my brain and my hands alive. I'm maintaining a skill that I might need tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now. Find something that works for you. It doesn't have to be knitting. Draw, write, do crossword puzzles, garden, cook, anything that makes your hands move with purpose. Do it every day. The fifth routine, and this might be the most important, is connecting with another person, not just being around people, actually connecting, having a real conversation, hearing someone's voice, making eye contact, feeling seen and heard. I call my daughter every evening. We talk for about 15 minutes, sometimes about important things, sometimes about nothing in particular. What she had for lunch, what I watched on television, small things. But those small conversations keep me tethered to the world. I also have a neighbor, Alice. We have tea together every Thursday afternoon. We've been doing this for 4 years now. We talk about our lives, our children, our memories. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but we connect. Many specialists believe that social connection is one of the strongest predictors of healthy aging. Loneliness and isolation have been shown to be as harmful to health as smoking or obesity. Our bodies and minds need connection, not just occasionally, regularly, daily, if possible. I know it's not always easy. People move away, they get busy, they pass away. After my husband died, I felt very alone. I could have withdrawn, I could have stopped reaching out, but I didn't. I made a decision that I would connect with someone every single day, even if it was just a phone call, and that decision has made all the difference. On the days when I feel low, when my body hurts, when I wonder what the point of it all is, that connection reminds me, I matter to someone. Someone wants to hear my voice. I'm not invisible. If you're not connecting with someone daily, I want you to think about how you might start. Call a family member, talk to a neighbor, join a group. Go somewhere where you'll see familiar faces. It doesn't have to be long, it doesn't have to be deep, but it needs to be real, and it needs to be regular. Now let me pause here. I want you to think about these 5 routines. Drinking water first thing, moving your body daily, eating a real breakfast, doing something with your hands, connecting with another person. Maybe you're already doing some of these, maybe all of them. If so, that's wonderful. Keep going. Don't take these habits for granted. But maybe you're not doing some of them. Maybe you've let things slide. Maybe you've told yourself it doesn't matter, that you're too old for it to make a difference. I'm here to tell you it does matter. These routines, simple as they are the foundation of healthy aging after 75. They're not guarantees. They won't make you 50 again. But they will help you be the best version of 75, 80, 85 that you can be. And here's what I've learned. It's not about perfection. Some days I don't walk as far as I should. Some days I'm too tired to knit. Some days I skip breakfast because I'm not feeling well. That's life. That's being human. But most days I do these things. Most days I stick to these routines. And the cumulative effect, over weeks and months and years, has been remarkable. I'm stronger than I was 5 years ago. I'm more mentally sharp. I'm more connected. I'm aging better than I thought possible. So what I'm asking you to do is simple. Pick one of these routines, just one, and commit to it for 2 weeks. Not forever, just 2 weeks. See what happens. See if you feel different. See if your body responds. See if your days feel more manageable. If you choose to drink water in the morning, put a glass on your nightstand tonight. Make it easy for yourself. If you choose to move daily, decide on a time and a route. Write it down. Commit to it. If you choose to eat breakfast, plan what you'll have. Make sure you have the food in your house. If you choose to do something with your hands, pick an activity and set aside 10 minutes every day. If you choose to connect, decide who you'll reach out to and when. Small steps, that's all this is. Small, consistent steps that add up to something meaningful. I wish someone had told me this when I was younger. I wish I'd understood that these small daily choices would matter so much later. But I'm grateful I know it now, and I'm grateful I can share it with you, because we're in this together. Those of us navigating these years after 75, we're all trying to figure out how to age with grace and dignity, how to maintain our independence, how to stay connected to life even as our bodies change. And the answer isn't complicated. It's not a secret. It's these simple routines, done daily, with intention, with care. If what I've shared today resonated with you, I hope you'll subscribe to this channel. This is what we talk about here, practical wisdom for those of us in our later years. No gimmicks, no false promises, just honest reflections on what it takes to age well. And if you know another woman or man around our age who might benefit from hearing this, please share it with them. Sometimes we need to be reminded that we're not alone in this, that others are asking the same questions and finding the same answers. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Take care of yourself. You're worth the effort. I'll see you in the next one.